Are you in the mood for something spooky? Because I know I am, and we're back with 3 true horror stories again by Wansee Entertainment. Shout out to Wansee Entertainment. Link in the description to their channel. Check them out. All the credit to them. Yeah, let's just get into these. We need to find something. We need to find something good. And we're searching through Wansee Entertainment right now, and soon to the next. Let's get into it. Number 1, true bus horror story. Let's get right into it. Hopefully this one scares us. Let's get something.
My name's Nick, and this happened about 4 years ago. Back in 2021, I was 14 at the time. It was early morning, and I was walking to the bus stop to head to school. It was winter, rainy and cold, which is rare where I live in Australia. From the moment I stepped outside, I had this eerie feeling. I didn't feel safe the way I usually did walking down that road. Something just felt off. I finally made it to the bus stop. It was empty. That was strange because there were usually a few other people waiting there too. Even weirder, it was a busy main road.
Maybe it's because it's pouring rain out, no one wants to go outside.
But barely any cars were driving by. The whole thing gave me the creeps. My bus was late, which was annoying because I was standing there in the cold, shivering. A few minutes passed before I noticed something. This old, beat-up, white minibus pulled up about 10 meters from me. All the windows were covered with curtains. Behind the wheel was
this has got to be our second kidnapper in this series. This has got to be our second kidnapper, okay? I think the first kidnapper we had was in like episode 3, I think. Something like that. I don't know. This is definitely a kidnapper. I'm getting kidnapper vibes, though.
Man, maybe in his late 50s or 60s. He looked rough, scruffy gray beard, old clothes, blank expression. At first, I thought maybe he was lost or waiting for someone, but when I looked at him, he was staring right at me. My heart dropped. I froze. Then I saw it. A faint smile appeared on his face before disappearing back into that same blank stare. I looked down at my phone, pretending to check when my bus was coming, but my hands were shaking. It was supposed to be here 5 minutes ago. When I looked up again, he was still staring. There was no one else on the bus, just him, and something about him didn't seem like a driver at all. Minutes passed, but it felt like hours. I wanted to cry. Then, slowly, the bus started rolling forward,
Nah, bro, I'm running. I'm gonna be honest, I'm running.
Closer to me. And that's when I heard it, the click of his door unlocking.
You're cooked, buddy. You're cooked.
My heart was pounding out of my chest. And then I saw my school bus coming down the road. I sprinted forward, waving it down. As I climbed on, I glanced back and saw the man closing his door before driving off in the other direction. That was the last time I ever went to that bus.
Bro, it's just a nice old man. He's trying to give you a ride to school, bro. It's raining,
stop.
You know?
Even now, whenever I pass it, I still look for that same old white minibus, but I've never seen it again. And every time I think about it, I wonder what would have happened if my bus hadn't shown up when it did.
Yo. Bro, just wanted to invite you to the boom, boom, boom. You know, have you seen that movie? I swear, what's that movie with the boom, boom bus? I don't know, bro, but yeah. What's the next one? Let's see. The Man in the Backyard. Man in the Backyard. Random story. My neighbor one time had a homeless guy just break into her shed, and he was living out there. He was living in her shed for like a week straight. I'm not joking, bro. Like a week straight. I don't know why she didn't go. You know what? To be honest, I do not go in my shed. To be quite fair, I wouldn't check the shed either. But nah, I was just camping out. Yeah, I saw him get arrested, bro. It's crazy.
It was a hot summer day in Northern Virginia, and because of COVID, our parents didn't let us see each other very.
Oh my goodness gracious, dude! The sound effects. I don't know. It's always the sound effects that get me. I just like felt like it come over me. I was like, oh heck no.
But we begged and begged, and eventually they gave in. We met in Sanvi's backyard, along with our friend at the time, Mia. All 3 of us brought our favorite stuffed animals and toys. I brought my teddy bear, and being kids with wild imaginations, we decided to take care of it like it was real. We made it a little bed, we fed it food, and spent hours just pretending and playing. After about an hour, we decided our teddy bear was hungry again, so we started looking for plants to feed it. We searched both Mia and Sanvi's backyards, but there weren't many plants, so we wandered around the neighborhood looking for berries, flowers, and sticks, anything we could find.
Hey guys,
Nitya shouted.
we should go near my house. It has a lot of plants and berries.
Her house was a few houses down from Sanvi's, so we agreed and ran there, laughing and excited. We started plucking berries from the trees near her house, but then Nitya spotted a man.
Yo, it's just a crackhead. It's just a homeless guy, dude. Just a homeless guy. Same story, bro. It was my neighbor. A homeless guy living in your backyard, bro. Don't tell me it was in the shed.
Distance,
Don't tell me it was in the shed.
standing near Sanvi's backyard. She didn't say anything at first. We kept picking berries until Sanvi pointed and whispered that a strange man was now walking toward us. At first, we thought he was someone who mowed lawns or worked for a neighbor. He started talking to us, asking if our parents were home. That's when we started to feel really uncomfortable. We slowly began walking
this is
away.
Second confirmed predator. Bro, this is 100%. 100%. This guy's crazy, dude.
But he kept coming closer. Now all three of us were scared.
Run.
We turned and started running back toward Nitya's house. Sanvi looked behind us and saw the man following, his pace getting faster.
Ew, bro.
He called out to us, saying he had something to give us, that he needed us to take it to our parents. We didn't believe him. We just kept moving. But Maya, being the youngest, slowed down, and then she stopped.
Yo, leave her
The man
behind.
reached out, almost grabbing her arm, but Nitya and Sanvi tugged her away just in time.
W
We sprinted
friends.
to
W
Nitya's
friends.
house, our hearts racing. Nitya was the last to go inside, and as she turned to close and lock the door, the man was gone. He had disappeared. We didn't tell her parents about it. We didn't want to worry anyone.
Nope.
After all,
Not happening,
maybe he
bro.
just wanted to talk to our parents. About a half an hour later, we went back outside, assuming it was safe. We returned to Mia's backyard and started playing again with the teddy bear.
Tell
But
a
then,
parent, bro.
Mia's
Come
dad
on.
came rushing down the stairs, his face pale, his voice frantic.
Did you guys see a man lurking in our backyard?
He was out of breath, holding his phone, and that's when he showed us a video. It was the same man. One of our neighbors had caught him trespassing, talking to their kids, and trying to lure them with candy. When the neighbor confronted him, he pretended not to speak English and said he was collecting trash, but we knew the truth. To this day, we still wonder what would have happened if we hadn't gone to pick those berries. Would we still be here to tell this story? Would he have done unimaginable
Ew, bro,
things
what?
to us?
Ew. Not the napper, bro. What? This is wild. Wild, bro. Okay, let's get to the next one. True scary cousin horror story. Always go to your parent first, bro. You don't be like, I don't want to worry anyone. There was a man trespassing in your backyard. You go to your parents. Go to your nearest adult. We don't mess with that here, okay? True scary cousin horror story.
I'm a
Let's get into
17-year-old
it.
female living in West Bengal, India. I have a female cousin from my mother's side. Let's call her Swathi. She's the same age as me, and if you asked in our family who's the prettiest, it would be Swathi. The story takes place last year, and it still haunts me. You know nowadays kids are heavily addicted to cell phones, right? I won't say I'm not one of them. I am. But Swathi had an extreme and unhealthy obsession with hers. In fact, she was spoiled. You see, we come from an upper-class family. We don't live in riches. Plus, at the age of 17, maturity develops and we know when to stop whining and demanding like a brat. But Swathi didn't. She was a spoiled princess. She would constantly demand super expensive things, and if she didn't get them, she would threaten people with a knife, sometimes even
Yikes, bro. What? Jeez.
her own parents and friends. You might be asking, how do I know this? Well, I was the closest to her out of all of the cousins, so she shared everything with me. And by everything, I mean everything, even the horrible things she'd done. The main incident happened in July. I visited her house, just me, not my parents since they weren't available. It was a normal, relaxing summer evening in the countryside. Warm breeze, crickets, you get the picture. We were in the living room, me, Swathi, her mother, and her grandma. Suddenly, Swathi sat up from the couch using her iPhone and looked at her mom.
Mom, can I get a new iPhone next month?
Her mother looked horrified. They had just bought her a new iPhone 2 months ago.
No, honey, you already have one, no? And it's too expensive. Your dad can't afford that much money for the new model.
I don't want to go into detail about the fight, but let's just say it got so bad that Swathi's grandma had to leave the room with me. After that, Swathi became cold and quiet. She didn't eat, she didn't talk, not with anyone, including me.
Jeez, bro, it's an iPhone. Come on.
A week later, I returned home. That's when I found out what happened after I left. Remember how she had stopped eating? Well, apparently she stole some potassium cyanide from her school chemistry lab. She mixed it with her lunch in such a way that it looked like her mother had poisoned her food. She collapsed at school and was taken directly to the hospital. There, she told the police a story that made it seem like her mother had purposefully
Oh my goodness, manipulative as hell. Bro, what? That's
starved her for
crazy. Lock
days
her up, bro.
and
Lock her
then
up.
poisoned her. Her mother was arrested and sent to prison for a whole month. Our family was ashamed, but since no evidence was found, her mother was eventually released. And how do I know the truth? Swathi told me herself, with excitement in her voice. I still get goosebumps remembering it. She was crazy, but luck wasn't on her side. Her parents found out what she had done. Her mother was heartbroken. Her father was in pure rage. He yelled at her, calling her a disgrace to the family, cursing, and for the first time, he raised his hand against her. He
Damn.
slapped her hard again and again. By the end, her fair skin was blood red from his anger, and that's when the main disaster happened. 2 weeks later, there was sudden news of a huge car accident. The car's petrol tank was leaking, the tires sabotaged. The vehicle crashed into a tree and burst into flames. The victims? Swathi's parents. The moment I heard the news, I had a gut feeling. I prayed I was wrong, but I wasn't. Swathi admitted it to me later that night with a wide, ear-to-ear smile and a childish excitement in her eyes. She tampered with the car. She killed them. I felt sick. I wanted to cry, to vomit. I couldn't sleep that night or for the entire next month. All this just because her parents refused to give in and to buy her a new iPhone.
Dude, what? That's crazy. People are crazy, bro. People are crazy out there. But if you got a slashed tire, for example, you should see that before you're getting in your car. You should look at all your tires and make sure they're not flat, just in case. Make sure they're not low on air. I feel like this one, if the parents were a little smarter, they know their child is crazy, nut job. They should have checked. That's all I'm saying.
No
I think they should have checked.
investigation was done. The police ruled it a simple road accident, but it was far from simple. Now, my cousin has moved to South Korea to live with her distant grandparents. I've cut off all contact with her. I may not like her anymore, but I once loved her as my own sister. I didn't want her to get in trouble, but after everything, I only hope she gets the medical help she needs in her new home.
That was another three true horror story animation by Wansee Entertainment. Check them out, link in the description, of course. They're the original creators. We're not feeling scared yet. We're not getting there. This is episode 5. How long? Comment how long. How many episodes you think before we jump out of this chair, before we get so scared? Leave your animation suggestions in the comments below. I need something scary, bro. Scary. Right now, I'm going to do a few more episodes for Wansee Entertainment, and then we're going to find something else, because I'm not feeling it so far, and I don't know. They're just not it. I'm not feeling it. You know, they're great. It takes talent to animate and stuff like this. But, yep, follow, subscribe for to follow the journey to see if I actually do get scared. Bro, I might just be unscarable, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, thanks for watching.